Hello, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and this is a weekly reading for the week beginning the 16th of December. Very general, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It may be your story, it may not be, but it may give you a sort of overall feel for the energies around this week. And it would appear that everyone is basically on their heads. It seems to be a lot of breakups, a lot of negativity. Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've seen this many reversals in a very, very long time. I think the only upright cards I've got are a block card, bittersweet, and a Queen of Arrows over here. But really everything else is pretty much in reverse. And unsurprisingly, the main message that's come through is that one, a beautiful little worm, which is take care of yourself. I think there needs to be some self-care this week. So even if you're not part of the story, and a number of characters, so I'm not going to try and pull it together into just one story with it being just a weekly, then this message may be helpful for you. Okay. When you are going through deep change, see that, you often are more vulnerable than at other times. The process of change can take a great deal of your available energy, and while you may feel well and know you can get through it, at times something, a psychic dagger thrown by someone who feels rejected by your change, a bug who nestles into the hole left by your weakened immune system, or simply old negative patterns takes its last stand as it knows you're ready to move on and tries to stop you. At these times, it's very important to treat yourself as the most precious, gentle extension of divinity. It is time now to rest, to give yourself permission to sleep more, to eat only the best foods, and to make things easy for yourself just for a few days. Choose a beautiful place to rest and recuperate. Cocoon and comfort yourself for a time. I will show you how. See how closely my friend holds me, and see how the beautiful rose offers me her petals for my dinner and for my rest. She is not holding back. The universe will assist you too at this time, and you will be made whole and healed. So this is a time for restoration, and you must slow down, wrap yourself up in a metaphorical cuddly blanket and drift just for a time. You may experience some sniffles, aches and pains, colds and flus. So it's time to take shelter from parties and lots of people, no matter how much they love you. It is time for you to experience the solace you wish for. So take very good care of your beautiful self, to slow down and to heal in a safe environment you give to yourself. It is time to remember how loved you are, and that there are people and beings who truly watch over you and care. You could spend time redecorating your room, moving some furniture, rearranging your desk, or even organising all your files online. There will be someone you can trust nearby who will look after you, so you can relax and dedicate the time to yourself and your cocoon. Remember to treat yourself with love and tender compassion, and others will follow. Before long, thanks to the comfort you've given yourself and the time out, your energy will surge again, vital, flowing, bright and quick after this time of gentle sleep and rest. So yeah, I think that's a super message, because as I say, everything here is a bit negative, and I have got a number of players that may not necessarily be interacting with one another, although I would certainly suggest that at least 2 or 3 are. Okay, so I've got a new deck. I've got my Hanged Man in reverse here on top of my King of Swords in reverse. So with this combination, especially the King of Swords in reverse, this is quite an abusive character, usually someone who lacks discipline, especially mental discipline, can be a very selfish individual, maybe even corrupt. And in terms of what's clarified him, his archetypes, I've got that he is a hero in reverse, so somebody who basically exercises escapism, really. They've got a false sense of themselves being a hero. Is a companion in reverse, so someone who's maybe not been a particularly good friend just now. I think that's putting it mildly. This is someone who would betray you, misuse your confidence. It's also someone who's lost their own personal identity, and I've got addict, so compromises integrity and honesty and allows an addictive pattern to have authority over them. So yeah, a real issue. And with the Hanged Man in reverse, this is someone who's pretty selfish, who, you know, is not prepared to sacrifice anything. I sort of feel that there may be a bit of a performance here. If you look, this is my new deck. It's where is it, in case you're interested? Where's the book? It's Cyril Marchetti's I can't find the book. Where's it gone? The Grand Lux Tarot, or Tarot Grand Lux. The book is actually incredibly basic. I'm really quite disappointed with the book, but the cards are really quite lovely. Cardstock's excellent quality, and they're all really vibrant. Yeah, but anywho, this in reverse is, to me, someone who's not prepared to make any sort of sacrifice, who's not prepared to consider anyone else's point of view, but almost, you know, very belligerent, and it is confirmed with the King of Arrows, who is the King of Swords, and he would appear to be in some sort of mourning at this time being, but I think it's an overwhelming sense of self-pity. And I've asked specifically what this addiction is, and it's the Lovers in reverse. So it's someone who is possibly holding on to a broken love relationship here. I feel whatever front this person has been adopting, with it being in reverse, this is my facade, has become, or will become this week, quite evident. This person is going to expose themselves for exactly who they are, and it would be with possibly towards a Queen of Arrows. This is my Queen of Wands, who's coming up next, also in reverse, with regards to the home. So maybe someone actually lives with this King of Swords. This Queen of Arrows is in a bad way. I mean, it literally just could be a straight up break in this relationship, because they are both in reverse. But it's super negative. It really is. I've also got a King of Cups in reverse here. I sort of feel that this is probably the King of Swords also. The top line was the Hangman in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, and he's been clarified by my victim card and his shadow attributes. This is someone who's playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity. It's someone who doesn't have, or has an inability to maintain personal boundaries. It's someone who's not coming from a very loving place just now. But the King of Cups is also emotionally manipulative. I do kind of feel this is like two aspects of this person's character. He's very unwelcoming. He's very judgmental. It can be downright abusive. And it would appear that it's towards this Queen of Wands here. This is my Queen of Wands. My Queen of Wands is coming through as someone who's afraid of intimate union. With it being the shadow attribute of the Virgin, this might be someone who, you know, puts it about a bit, or may indeed have had an affair, and this is why this is all crumbling. Because for her, she's come through as someone who's bittersweet, really not happy with her current state of play. It's sort of just making the best of a bad lot just now, and it really is a bad lot, because she's got the Knight of Cups in reverse clarifying her, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the Ace of Wands. So there's no love here, there's no passion, there's no sex, there's no emotional connection. And with the Queen of Wands being in reverse, she can be really, really vindictive. And this is, to me, this is always my tire slasher, you know, a real... it's if it was a Queen of Swords in reverse, she just detaches. She can be really brutal, cruel, cold, manipulative. But the Queen of Wands, with this amount of passion in reverse, I mean, she may be actually very jealous, as I say, but she may have actually had, an affair, with her being like the negative attributes of the Virgin here. Or it may just be that, you know, she's not, the emotional connection is gone in this relationship, the physical connection is gone, and she's just trying to deal with it as best she can with the bittersweet card. There is an inner strength in the bittersweet card as well. There's a certain amount of maturity in the situation, but it is overall just making the best of a very bad lot. And this is all very much a bad lot. The King of Cups has come through with completion. So there is something wrapping up here, I think, between this couple. With the Two of Wands in reverse, a decision has certainly been made. And I've asked what is being completed. And it's the Nine of Swords in reverse. So someone who has probably this King of Cups, who's probably also the King of Swords, has, you know, really been having nightmares about this. This is anxiety, stress, depression. I mean, gosh, look at this card. If you can see it, there's the Devil's actually in the window. It's really quite freaky. But it is in reverse, so it would just suggest that a decision has been made and it's to end whatever this relationship is, because it's not healthy and nobody's happy about it. Maybe not happy that it's ended, but I just think it is. There's nothing good here at all. Okay, and then my top line was also the Ten of Swords. Oopsie. So this is an ending, a fairly painful ending at that, but this is also about feeling a victim, because he's not actually bound here. He's just got his hands held behind his back. And even though they have got binds on them, his hands aren't tied together. So this is really feeling like a victim. There's a lot of that, especially with the Hanged Man in reverse here as well. It's blocked here. A reunion is blocked. With the Magician in reverse, nothing's getting manifested. There's no initiation. There's no action. There's no get up and go. We've got the Moon in reverse, confusion in reverse, and the Two of Vessels, attraction in reverse. So this is secrets coming out with the Moon in reverse. There's some clarity in the situation. Maybe a truth has been revealed. Somebody is getting some clear thought with confusion in reverse, and it's about either a breakup or that there's just no attraction in this relationship. There's no physical attraction, there's just no pull, and yet someone is still feeling like a bit of a victim because there's no reunion. I'm not really sure why. And now I have my Knight of Wands with the Exorcist. So this is someone who is now, I would say, moving away from this situation pretty quickly. Getting a wee bit more passion coming back. Maybe this will be later on in the week. And with the Exorcist, this is someone who's freeing themselves and others from destructive impulses. So I really just think there's going to be a lot of clarity about the people involved in this particular reading. That nobody is happy. There's no love. There's no passion. There's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of abuse and addictions and that sort of thing. There's nothing really good about it at all. So I sort of feel by the end of the week that there's going to be a lot more clarity, and at least this Knight of Wands is making steps to move away from it. But overall, for the weekly, is take care of yourself. I think that's a really beautiful message when this looks like complete disarray. So there you go. That's for the week beginning the 16th of December. But if you would like a personal, my information is below, and I do hope that you have a great week. Bye bye.